because I'm a little bit addicted to color. So I usually have out an absolute buttload of ink caps. It's just nice to have that kind of variety already available for me to choose from. Cuts down on me having to mix my own colors. They're all already there for me.
Well, we just knew what we needed to make stuff really black. That's what I wanted. We needed a consistency that we feel wasn't there. So I'm not more on the technical side of it, but I just knew what it needed to be like. So I explained that, and then we made it happen. I mean, for me, it was just what worked the best. I tried almost all of them, and then just leading up to using their regular lining black, and then noticing a few things that I would like better, and then coming out with that. And now it's like, I don't need to go anywhere else now,
I've been using Eternal Ink for probably the past 10 years, and to me there's not a color out there that works better with going into skin and the variety of colors. There's not a color you can't find that, for whatever you're after, for any tattoo. Eternal Ink hasn't covered it. Healing wise, vibrancy is strong.
It's helped me so much by providing such a large palette for me to work from. It makes it a lot easier than me having to just use little colors and trying to have to figure out how to mix. It's actually helped me do better tattoos.
The best thing about Eternal is the range of colors. There's an incredible range of colors that I haven't seen in any competitor's lineup. It's a consistent product. I've not ever had any issues with healing. My clients love the vibrancy of the color in the finished healed product. It seems to live well as far as over time. The tattoo colors are still really bright. In the past, that's been a problem in the industry, is that some colors look great when they go in and then they fade out quite a bit over time, and I've not seen that with Eternal's colors so far.
I love Eternal Ink colors because they focus on designing like every color that we may need, and it's not only a group of guys just like making random colors out there. They use artists. They use most of the best artists in the industry. They use like well-known artists to they work with them, and they make sure they get the right consistency on the ink, the right colors, the right mixers and stuff like that. So that makes it really easy for people to like accomplish like way different approaches. Like let's say we got colors for the people who wants to do like new school. We got colors for the people who wants to get into like the muted tones, and like more like myself. I really like those like earth tones and stuff that you have. And it's a really wide variety of colors. They just keep coming up with colors. I mean, it seems like it doesn't stop. You will think that there cannot be any more colors made, but they find a way to come up with every single color that an artist may need. And the quality is just excellent. I mean, it stays like badass in the skin. I mean, it's just really good.
There was another brand of zombie set that came out that I really didn't like, and they gave it to me, and I was all excited. I was like, oh, I won't have to mix anymore. And I was like, oh, these colors are horrible. So I went to Tramp and I said, Tramp, let me build you a zombie set. And I don't think that he had any like distinct sets or off colors at that point. And so he was totally open to it, but he was like, okay, like I guess he didn't know how to proceed. I was like, I'll mix them up. So I mixed them up, and then I gave him what I liked, and he said, okay, what colors did you mix? It's like, well, it's like a pinch of this and a pinch of that. But long story short, we finally came up with a set that I really liked. I could do all the various shades without having to play Bob Ross when I tattooed. And other people ended up liking it because they could do portraits, and there were the same mix of colors they would use for portraits. I mean, zombies are human skin, so slightly rotted, but it's still human skin.
Internal been in this industry for a while, and it's kind of, you know, the back of old time is kind of famous already, and now of course it's super famous. You know, it's all over the world, it's you know, worldwide. So it's a reliable company, and I start with internal is because, you know, I used to work in a tattoo shop. They already use internal, and of course there's a couple different brands too. But I just feel like internal is more reliable, and I use with the comfort. I feel comfortable for using this ink.
They had a super collection of a lot of variety, which is just kind of goes along with the way I work. Obviously, I like to use a lot of color, and they just had really good customer service and stuff like that. And so it kind of just ended up working out really well because I really love the colors. And then as far as like the texture and stuff like that, it kind of reminds me a lot of just like paint.
And for years I've been using a lot of different inks, and I find that after a year or so they lighten up and they look like 10 years older. So Tramp got with me and we formulated our own set to where I would use it, and it's worked out really well. It's being shipped all over the world and I'm getting a lot of feedback from it. And it's a real good gray wash system. I'm from the old school where I mix it myself, but since I developed this gray wash, now I'm really using it almost exclusively.
I've been using Eternal Ink for I think about 8 or 9 years now. What I like the best about it is that the colors, there's so many different color ranges in their sets that it really cuts down on having to pre-mix my inks, and I think they just they tend to heal better than any other inks I've used.
I think most artists look for one company to get ink. A lot of people get from multiple places. And once I started using Eternal, I was able to solely use them, and that was very nice. And then to continue to work on it and develop it, and really appreciate that. Not just resting on their laurels, so always adding new colors and new products. So I really don't find a reason to even try anything else now.
I use only Eternal Ink pigments. I've been using Eternal Ink for several years now. Obviously, I love Eternal Ink. I think it's a great product. The range of colors that they offer and the consistency between the colors is really nice. You know, it's all around great product, great people behind it. I feel great supporting it. And when I decided to make a color theory teaching tool for tattooers, it was just an obvious choice to go with Eternal.
Since I'm predominantly a cover-up artist, I use a lot of the concentrate colors. I use purple concentrate in virtually everything, and I even use a little bit of purple concentrate in my black a lot of times because it gives the black a little more depth. So I mean, purple concentrate's one of my most used colors. I could probably buy it by the gallon, But Chuk came out with a set like last year, and a lot of his colors are just like so much fun to play with. I've been using a lot, like non-stop. I'm always finding new ways to play with those colors. The whole set is magnificent. It's a really great, the Chuk colors, he's got a great group of yellows, like just this really good solid, and I find myself often having to mess with my yellows, kind of mix them, add a little orange or add a little, something to them. But literally the Chuk set covers the entire, between the Chuk set and the regular yellows, it's
I feel better about it if I left at 6:30.
It really caters to my laziness. I don't have to mix anything.
I've been using Eternal basically the entire time I've been tattooing. I just like how it goes into the skin so easy, and it stays true to the color in the bottle, in the skin. Most colors that I've messed with in the past, they don't stay true to what they look like in the bottle, where with Eternal, I can guarantee my client that's the color that it's going to look like when I pour it to when it heals. So, they're just awesome people, so I like them a lot.
I'm not even looking. I do cover-ups. I'm not a wizard. Don't come to me for tribal. Like I could cover up your whole arm with some like amazing freaking dragon or something. I'm limited to what I can do. I use Eternal to do kick-ass cover-ups.
I love it. I love using Eternal Ink, period.